A Vaughan man is facing charges after a series of incidents over the last 11 months, both in downtown Toronto and one out in Mississauga at Lakeshore and Highway 10. And the accusations are disturbing.
A man's being charged with 4 counts of sexual assault as well as 4 counts of forcible confinement.
Senel Comic is 38. The charges against him date back to last December. Comic is an Uber driver. In the first 2 cases, which occurred in December and then April, the MO was identical. At around 2 a.m., the woman called an Uber. When the car pulled up, she got in it, but it was not the Uber she ordered. She was taken to an area and sexually assaulted. The third incident happened in July in Peel region. Comic is alleged to have offered a woman a ride who was sitting outside a restaurant. She accepted, and allegedly he drove her to a parking lot and sexually assaulted her. The fourth incident happened in October near Polson and Cherry Streets. A woman was waiting in a designated taxi area. A man who was parked nearby told her he was an Uber driver. She accepted a ride, and then police alleged she was sexually assaulted. Do you feel that the police did everything in their power to make sure that the public knew about this?
We do what we can with the information that we have.
But questions are being raised about how Toronto police have handled the case and why a link between the 4 incidents was not made sooner. Besides the Uber connection, police knew in July that a white van was being used. They also had a composite sketch after the April attack and then a security cam image after the Peel attack, which depicts a similar looking man. Even though 2 news releases were put out, one by Toronto police in May and one by Peel in July, sex assault activists and counselors think more should have been done to warn the public a serial rapist was on the loose.
What is the responsibility to the police to alert us when they're starting to see trends? So they're starting to see trends in it where someone pretends to be the Uber driver but actually isn't the real one that they're supposed to have, then takes them to a secluded area and sexually assaults them. Even the first 2 should raise alarm bells. The Toronto police are supposed to be the gold standard around sexual violence.
Farah Khan says it's important to adequately warn the public because when one or several women come forward, that could make other people feel safe enough to come forward as well.
I'm angry to hear it. I'm not sure what we have to do in the city for police accountability. Now we need to look at Uber accountability as well.
Jane Doe has personal experience that brings today's news close to home. In 1986, she was sexually assaulted by a man dubbed by police the balcony rapist. They eventually arrested him. He was convicted of 5 sexual assaults. But Jane Doe, who has never been publicly identified, concluded that because police did not warn the public, her safety was not protected. She sued Toronto police and won. Now she is a sexual assault activist.
There is a notion that my case made a difference, when in fact that's not true. The police have no obligation to warn us whatsoever. They do it at their own discretion, and that can come down to individuals.
So in 30 plus years, you feel like nothing has changed?
I know nothing has changed.
For now, police are telling people to make sure they get in the right vehicle when ordering a rideshare.
Uber has an app where you see the vehicle, you see the person that's to pick you up, and just to make sure.
Uber did release a statement late this afternoon which reads in part, "What's been reported is horrible and something no person should go through. As soon as we learned about these incidents, we immediately removed the driver's access to the app. But as police suggest, we have no evidence that these incidents occurred on the Uber app." Senel Comic has been released on bail. He appears in court again next Tuesday. I'm Pam Seatle, City News.